Good day, I'm Zakeroph and I'm interviewing, chatting with Travis from Celestial Games. See, I remembered. I'm good at this thing. And we're just going to have a little quick chat and see what's been happening with that over the last year, because you guys were here last year. I managed to destroy your drones completely. But let's see what's happened and what else is happening in the future with Celestial Games.
Travis from Celestial Games. Been running Celestial Games since the 90s. We shut down for a little while, started again recently, and bad's our first serious attempt at getting back into the games industry.
Costa Tsingakis, or Konstantinos Tsingakis. Costa's much easier. Celestial Games, focusing on the business development and partnerships and so forth.
Okay, so now we were going to say like, oh, what's bad and but we've seen Battle Arena drones now for a while.
That's right.
And I got to play it last year. I had a really good time. I'd love to come and hit the stand again to see what's changed, because I hear there's some new textures.
Yeah, the textures are cool, right? It's eye candy. We get that. But it's not what we've been working on.
No, but everybody expects pretty when they.
I know we've got eye candy. There's no like eye candy in the drones.
Okay, so that's all I knew had changed, because I just saw it walking past. What other sorts of changes are we looking at?
So essentially, last year when we had the game, it's fun. People enjoy playing that, but they fatigued. So the game was firing too much of the same over and over and over. So about 30 minutes, 40 minutes later, people fatigue. Now we're trying to build the eSports game. People can't be fatiguing after 30 minutes. I understand that veterans and hardcore players must be able to go longer, but 30 minutes for an average person is too short. Yeah. And from there we can hardly grow council. So we went back to the basics of the design and how the game plays out. And we created more opportunities for variety in your experiences and choices. So we structured the game differently. We also slowed the drones down a little bit, give the players a bit more opportunity to familiarize and to be comfortable with the speeds of the drones. You still obviously can go faster. So there's been a lot of really strange little tweaking. And we're looking at how neurons get tired and exhausted of being fired on too often and things like that. There's things like that. So that's how we diversified the game. And we've also looked heavily at sports. So we've looked at Formula One and we looked at cricket specifically to look at how we're making our team play work.
Yeah.
So the new team play model, now obviously at rAge we're not running team play. Yeah, we just want to kill each other, see what happens. But
hey, it's fun too.
It's fun, exactly. But the team play is structured with the 15 drones we play. You go into a battle with 4. But each of the 4 is better at certain weapons, which weapons are better at certain drones. This one has more shielding, less hull, faster, more. So the drones play a different role. Kill streaks, each kill over the first one doubles your scoring. So you don't have to get the most kills, you have to get the most kill streaks to win.
Oh, okay.
And the tails start to get longer on the drones. So if you die and you go back out, your 4 drones, the one you died in's gone. You must pick one of the others now. Okay. And now you want to choose the one that you think you got the best chance of tackling one of the guys who's currently running on the kill streak. But his friends know that you're going to come in with something, so they've taken the drone that's most likely to be capable of defending against the drone you've come in with. And this becomes a meta game on top of the skill level. So that's where the cricket comes in, really, isn't it? I mean, you've got your spin bowlers too early, and then your tails just clean up on 6s and 4s because you're not managing your game.
And different items work differently with the weapons.
Yeah, so now there's collectible weapons, right? Previously, you would die and you change your loadout.
Yeah.
Now, you change the loadout while you're playing. You're collecting weapons, you're collecting, and the ammo runs out. So if you've got a rocket pod, you've got 30 shots, you wait till the guy's shields are down, because the rocket pod does more damage against health.
Okay, so you have a bit more tactical on which weapons to use when.
And with which drone.
And you have to also be careful, like I don't want to equip my rocket pod when I've only got 10 rockets.
Exactly.
Because I then have to be really precise with those shots.
Exactly, and then you go up against a guy who's got predominantly shields and poor health. And now you've got the wrong weapon.
I assume something like a machine gun will take down a shield pretty well.
So
like a constant.
There's a big matrix of how they interact, but predominantly your energy weapons deal better with energy shield, and your kinetic weapons do better against
like what you'd expect with like an ion weapon.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So plasma really needs shields.
So once you actually see the different weapons that are available, it makes sense. Like we've been trained how different weapons react to different kinds of armor and shielding.
But it's also the bots. The bots themselves are better against other bots. So it becomes a tactical choice which you're going to choose.
The bots have got skills, right? So you've got the bot that stealths, the wasp, the Kami. So now we've got the Laguna, that's the new bot that we added.
Okay,
and
cool.
the Laguna, there's a back history on each of the drones. I'd love to go into that, but the Laguna has a sensor that detects movement through walls and stuff. So Laguna is a great hunting drone because you can see through the wall. You know the guy's there. So you don't have to go around the corner and see him. You know he's there before.
So you put the rail on that drone, and you just know he's about to come around that corner and take him out from there.
So now the bots have those. We switched the Duzzy had a mine. We're making mines general purpose collector bots, but the Duzzy now has an auxiliary shield. So it gets extra shielding when you use your auxiliary, and that shield does damage to hulls. So if you want, you equip that thing and you ram somebody.
Oh yeah, because I saw that before. There wasn't really any reason to ram up into somebody. It actually generally puts you in a bad position because you spin out.
You get damage and everything like that. But if you
The Duzzy's a beefy little thing.
I'm actually really interested in seeing that.
So you see, I mean, we've made the game more interesting. The stories are more versatile. They're very more.
And you're almost playing a rock paper scissors with your drones.
Yes.
So you also have to be careful when you counter because you don't want to use up your rock against a whole
The wrong
bunch.
one, yes.
Yeah.
So for example, the second level we're building after the asteroid mine is do you remember pod racing from Star Wars?
Yes.
So it's drone racing. You've got that, and you've got these hoops you go through that acceleration, but you don't want to hit a wall. And now, you win on score, not laps. But making a lap is worth a lot of points. But killing a player is worth points. But killing a player closer to the finish line is worth more points. So now,
Please tell me there's no blue shell.
sorry.
Blue shell, Mario Kart.
No. So no, nothing like that. So essentially, you start playing a different game because maybe you just care about killing, or maybe you've got one guy who's going to make the lap, and you've got two guys supporting to run interference, so he makes the lap. The lap's worth a lot of points.
So you have like two guys behind your sprinter with shields dodging back and forth. Well, one with shield, one with else, and they literally taking the bullets for everybody.
And think about it, so you've got a sprinter with two guys following, and a guy comes out. Now they've got to quickly decide which of them is best suited to tackle him.
Or even if the sprinter should quickly zoom backwards because that is
Fall
maybe...
back for cover, yes, exactly that. And so the constant communication between the players becomes quite.
Well, that's becoming more and more important in all esports because I started playing a lot of ranked Overwatch, that sort of stuff. And if you don't have team communication, it all falls apart. And I assume the same thing's going to happen here.
So much.
If you're just going, oh, well, I'm going to play with the Hulk drone now, and then everybody's playing that drone, you're going to get counted very, very quickly.
So you know, the thing is that we've thought about a lot of different people. We've thought about the players a great deal. But we've also given a lot of thought to a caster who's going to talk about what's happening and create interesting dialogues around the choices that we're making. We think about the audience and how they want to say, you should choose this one. Oh, you chose that one. Oh, that was the wrong choice. Or you want the stories to go beyond the player. It has to ripple out. Or you don't have an esport. What you've got is a game.
Yeah, we've really tried to also cater for the spectator in the esport. So just the guys watching, whether it's casually while you're doing your work or whatever, watching a game, or genuinely watching the sport of a crowd or whatever. And so inside there are intelligent cameras, AI moving around, filming different scenes and everything. So we have a proper spectator mode.
Well, it's predominantly meant for a commentator because now they can focus more on giving the commentary of what's happening. I assume the AI is pretty sharp because
at the moment
it has to follow exactly where the action is, and you want to give those commentators as much to talk about as possible. So I'm very interested in knowing how it decides what moments to capture, because what if two great plays are happening at the same time? That
is always a problem, right? You're going to miss out on something.
But that's a human's going to make that issue, that error.
That decision too. So at the moment the cameras are pretty, I mean, the AI is in here, but it's not where we want to go. The AI is not zooming, it's not panning, but it is creating what we call quantifiable value, and those values ramp up, and then when that value's been experienced, the value goes down. Another camera ramp up. The last thing we want to do is click, 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 click. Right? So then it switches, but that's still in a single match. Now we run this across the tournament. So you're watching a tournament from your computer, and you say, I want to see my friends play.
Yeah.
And now your camera is going to be flipping between your friends and where they are, or my team, or this community,
or the best player,
or the best players.
So you can also be like, well, I'm watching eSports team play a name here. I want to watch what these guys are doing.
Yes.
And then you can go, and then the AI can capture that.
for you, yeah.
Is there something like a highlight system? So I missed the actual game. So I now want to quickly go. I know
We've considered it. We can record the communications because all the communications goes to the server.
Yeah.
We don't stream you the video. We just stream those bits, and you
it
just
builds
recreate it,
stuff.
right? So I mean, why must you stream video? The thing that we haven't decided is if we're going to store those streamed moments.
or even if you do, how long you would keep it for people.
It could be worth something to investigate, but
I think down the line, but it's not on our next year plan. Our next year plan is quite busy already.
No, I'm sure, and that's in any case only something that really is important. Like if you're already sending those communications, if you're already sending those communications, to start recording wouldn't be a massive change.
No.
But so just having the structure.
Recording's not the trouble.
Yeah.
Recording is easy, but discovery. So I recorded 70,000 hours of gameplay, and you'd like to watch some. What do you want to see?
Yeah.
Discovery. There's a big.
I want to see sniping moments. I want to see action
so those are
play
kind
making.
of tags or whatever that need to be added.
It's an interesting point. You know, we haven't considered this camera mode when you say, I want to watch the best players with this drone. Yes. So you can start skilling up on how
you
people
can
play
filter
with that
out,
drone.
yeah.
That's good.
Tactical
welcome.
viewing.
No, this is what helps, right?
Learning, yeah.
So we still have a long way to go. There's no doubts about that. But we're ready with the micro game at the moment. The team game's coming. We want to go to green light early next year. We want to go to early access next year. So
Oh no, excellent.
We're also looking at expanding into communities, having more mini tournaments happening around different things, moving into some of the more, some of the kind of unexpected areas in South Africa. We want to stimulate.
No, especially the country's really hungry for esports. It's blown up insanely over the last year. So I don't think you'll have trouble enticing people to try and play a new one. And especially if you give them something. Geeks love robots, so it's not going to be difficult to get them to go.
see what they look like when the panels all come off.
Yeah.
And you have this hardcore machine.
Yeah, because it is when they take damage, part of it falls off. So you have all that extra detail underneath that.
It's all there now.
There's a lot of scope for
the drones have manufacturers.
Yes.
The manufacturers have styles, goals, ambitions. They have vision statements. They manufacture these drones that then moved into sport. This is where the Formula One part comes in. So we looked at Formula One, the sponsorships role and things like that. So the new one, Laguna, comes from a company called Manson Giffen, which is a British company. When you look at it and you think of an old Rolls or something, it's got the curvature of that. And it was built for a project deep underwater, which is the third level actually is that project called Deep Black. And that's the third scene that we plan to build. And that drone was built for that and then used for exploration of the atmosphere in Saturn. Jupiter. So, and it did a very good job there. Not all the way, but it did much better than any other drone. So you got a drone that has the sensors, because that's how it gets the atmosphere, the deep seas and stuff like that. And then the DASI comes from a company called Musk. Musk is an engineering company. It's kind of like we bought a little on Cat actually, and it's squarish, yellow,
very angular.
yes, and it's tough. It's built as an engineer. So even when the panels come up, you see a roll cage underneath the panels, because so this helps us with the creating of content, and it also helps us thinking of how the sport would have evolved. So we're trying to really
you actually
visualize how
the e-sport on a virtual real sport.
Yes, you got to base it on some
Japanese
Unreal Tournament's done it for years, and it worked really well there. It's a concept that people like to attach onto, so it's not a bad idea.
So the red one you were seeing last year is called the Wasp, and its actual name is Kami. It comes from a Japanese manufacturer. And if you look at it, it's red, right? You can see it's almost perfectly right. It's a lot of things that we borrowed from style. It's all in the theme.
There's so much that you can derive off of different cultures and it's not just cultures really, because it's also like engineers.
Yes.
Even no matter where you come from around the world, an engineer thinks a very specific way.
The next drone is going to be a Russian.
Oh, that's
If you don't call it Sputnik.
No, don't call it.
Copyright.
Sputnik VR.
We're just thinking of calling it Ivan.
I was just thinking back to Pacific Rim because it was the only first gen mech
was still
that's
around.
hard.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
it's just this bulky, massive
just
thing that's going to
yeah.
punch the shit out. That would be a decent rammer, I'm sure. But
Yeah, no, so that's the sort of thing, you know, and it helps us be creative because with the vacuum you need something to stir to create these images. But we have a very interesting approach to look and feel. We're approaching it from if you took the 50s view of sci-fi,
Yeah.
but you took that all the way through to like a cyberpunk world, that's our feel. So like the first one's models were actually based on 60s, from 50s posters. How the toaster was made, and muscle cars and things like that. It's all that's where we're getting our look and feel from.
Yeah, so a lot of the new ones will come out, muscle car feel and everything like that. So.
oh, that's cool. So you'll have like a Mustang, but as a drone.
Yes. So if you look carefully at the Lagoon, it's actually got like a little emblem on the top, like you would have in the bonnet of a luxury vehicle from the US.
Please tell me you can get shot off.
It gets shot off. The whole thing gets shot off. So yes. So just come take a look at the drones.
I actually really want to now. I know this isn't probably in your next year's early thoughts, but with VR becoming bigger the way it is, what are your thoughts on VR and that?
Okay, so first of all, I don't want to be responsible for all the vomiting that will cause. Because we already worked very hard to make sure people don't vomit in their bag. And
That's half the fun.
It is. I mean, when we started playing the set, which is obviously derived from, we literally would tell people, get a brown bag, you play it till you don't need the brown bag, and then you actually convert. But with the higher fidelity of graphics, it doesn't happen as much anymore. So it's better. But I think VR will just push that right over the edge.
Yeah.
The other thing is that the drones
make you feel like a pilot.
you jam into the drone.
Yeah.
So the drone is about this big. They were built for urban warfare, basically, and for industrial things. So they're the size. They can go where people go. And because of
Where
that,
people can't even get.
well, you can't get in the drone,
Yeah.
right? It's not, you're not flying it, you're jamming.
Yeah.
So it is a camera. So a small amount of movement on the camera would make sense, but for us to make somebody pivot and look to their left, that suits a flight sim, not bad.
Yeah, because the whole drone would have to actually
that's
pivot
good.
to be able to do that.
So I can see us using the VR as a nice enhancement to how you view the experience, but to actually embrace the beyond just another way of experiencing the screen probably doesn't suit bad.
Keep in mind the whole 360 mech thing as well. It's like it's quite
like
tricky.
yeah.
No, I was just thinking more from a visual point of view. So you're still
visuals
controlling
work well.
everything. So you're still using a controller or keyboard and mouse, whatever, to do your actual pivoting and everything. So your camera is always facing forward. Because the problem is, I think when I was playing with the VR earlier, you want to do this. So I think if you put it into bad, people would want to do that and expect the drone to turn as well, which wouldn't actually.
But to be honest, I mean, if you plug a VR in, it'll work. You just haven't done anything special to paint it on.
And that enhanced kind
So
of.
it would be through.
I haven't thought of how to use it for this particular product. We have other plans to do other games as well, and they obviously will look at this. I also want to see how it kicks off, because this isn't the first time the industry's got really hyped about something and yes, and
Sorry.
it disappeared. So
I actually love the game. I play on this.
I think it was great.
I use it a lot.
But it did disappear.
But yeah, people got very excited about it and then it just faded away. I don't yet know if VR's going to do the same, but it is something to consider.
The key is, as Travis said, you can plug a game in and use VR or whatever, but to enhance it, you want to make it full.
Yeah.
And that's what actually brings up. That's where Connect was very good. Games made for it. Fantastic experience.
Yeah, that Star Wars VR game where you actually played as the Rancor, I went crazy about that. My whole family did.
I don't love the dancing.
Yep. Hey, I love the dancing. There's nothing wrong with
Dancing did not like me.
No, we didn't appreciate the dancing either.
So, is there anything secretive that you can tell us that you haven't told anyone else? Like any news that's coming up that you might want to spill? We're not putting you on the spot, yeah? You only have to say what you want to say.
I'm trying to think. I'd like to stick to stuff that's good. I'll tell you this honestly. This is something I haven't said to anyone else. So the version of the game we have now, it's the first time we committed to finishing it. Up until now, we're innovating.
So just as an idea, if it will work.
We came to rAge and we weren't trying to market the game. We had to decide if it was worth spending more money.
And if people enjoy it.
That's right. And we did it the first year, we did it the second year to see if we could fix the problems. And we're seeing now we're committed. So this is it. So we've done we've experimented with a lot of games. And you see, we just stopped talking about them because we hit a point where we can't reach the market correctly. We don't believe we can complete the game financially. There's all these parameters, and now we're committed. This is it.
Well, I'm really excited because last year I honestly thought this was going to be a product that would move forward. To hear that this year that it's confirmed from your, you've confirmed it. So now I want to get this game. You got to bring it up.
I'm bringing it. Now it's full speed ahead.
As soon as you have that green light that you want people to vote for, you must let us know because I'll probably be the first to go into that yes button.
Well, since the game's free to play, we're really leveraging green light to grow our player base. Because whether they're on Steam or not, they play.
Yeah.
And then we'll link the Steam account back to the player base later.
That's a very good thing to say because I've had so many times where a game moves from off Steam onto Steam and then it gets to start again.
Our account management system, we're using an online system that allows us to link Steam to your accounts later.
Excellent.
Brenton, beta program.
Your beta program is
so yes, we need testers. We need so many testers. So we are
Flooded with testers.
So we obviously signing up testers. We want South Africans to testers.
Yeah.
We were kind of like not hostile to people on South Africans. It's not that people live in South Africa. We just thought we have a server in Cape Town. If you want to play from Germany and it's slow, good for you. That's how we feel the rest of the time.
we know what
how you feel our pain. So but the beta testing we're running predominantly. We want feedback and we want to grow the sport here first and then take it international.
And also it makes sense to do it locally because it isn't going to be the same experience playing with 200-300 ping. So
this game has to be fast. Our millisecond, beyond the ADSL here, we're getting 80 milliseconds in time. And the guys that are stand up playing on the server, they're not playing on the land.
And you're saying 80 milliseconds, you're still fine playing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Human being makes a decision every 100 milliseconds. That's as fast as your brain can actually operate. So it's running at 80, it's running just ahead of what you can decide.
Okay.
That means you're getting information in time to make a decision to act.
Well, as long as you are on that faster end of the spectrum of making decisions. But my brain isn't.
It happens. But it's also, what happens is you start building sensors here which make decisions before cognitive reason. So like when you blink, that's actually not your brain. That's actually your brain stem deciding. So that's where muscle memory stuff. And that's why the players get good at eSports, is they build a lot of muscle memory. So when something happens, they react without even knowing what their reaction is going to be.
Yeah, that flick sniping, they don't actually think about it, they just see movement and fire.
Yes. That's it.
And that's one of the things that we're really keen to grow and experience with the whole bad thing is that the development of players, how they become good, so it becomes that innate goodness where the guys knows just instinctively what to do. But
becomes
also
a very good fish.
Yes. But also there's that forethought of strategy and exactly as we described in the team, how do we do what, how are we going to pair off, okay, you take him on, that kind of thing, I'm going to need this to get through, and so you kind of mix the two, that's what we're ultimately
and you also have to make a snap decision on what drone to pick, because while you're not picking...
we're having a time with it,
And what happens if it reaches 0? Does it just
it's a
default?
for you, whatever you,
Oh, that can be very good or very bad.
So,
very bad.
We so totally did that.
No, I had to throw it in there just because, when you have that opportunity, you have to make the fun.
No, that's exactly why it's there. We like the name. It's strong.
No, it definitely is. And I've still got my bad t-shirt from last year. So I wear it every now and then when I remind myself of the drones that never were, but will be.
They will be.
Okay, excellent.
We had an accident with the email list last year. That didn't help, but we live and learn. We're back up now.
One of the things that I'd like to see is getting to the point where we maybe have community concept or develop drones. We can start adding.
That would be a really cool way to involve the community a bit more, because people always go, that's my drone.
Yes.
And then they see their favorite esports player and they're like, you picked mine first.
That kind of thing. So those are some of the, we really want to create that whole sense of community through this game.
No, and it's a great way to do that, definitely.
Pro tip from my side, customization.
So we went back and forth on that rAge thing, and customization is a lot of fun, but it destroys an esport. It completely destroys an esport. So
I actually tend to agree.
So you'll see that WoW, they want to turn their battlefields into esports. The first thing they did, everyone's even, sort of. Because in esport, it must be about the player's skill. It must be about the player's choices. And customization is a choice that the audience can't engage with because it happened before. It must be during the game. So I like customization. If it's a single player game, but for this, it unfortunately destroys our model.
Yeah, we are going to have the single player campaign as part of the tool to learn the game and get to use the develop your skills and stuff like that. Because going into a battle arena immediately and being blown 300 times up is not really fun. So you get that kind of single player.
Well, it might be a status.
But we are considering aesthetic customization.
So a more cosmetic,
cosmetic ones. Absolutely.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I want to put
a lot of
flames
people
on
want to
it.
change the engine and change this and
flames.
their own drone.
Like your eSports team colors or something like
We
that.
absolutely do that. So,
Yeah.
so your team stuff will come through with customization specifically. So if you're part of a team, you'll get a decal from the team, and we might go with customizations for the drones. We're discussing it, but we haven't.
Are you going to be monetizing any portion of the game?
So yes, the game itself.
Yeah.
We plan to sell the game, but we also plan to have a free-to-play mode where a certain number of drones are always available and it's cycled. And then if you unlock it, you get all the drones.
You buy into premium sort of thing.
And then you own all the drones. You can pick whatever you want. And that's it. Beyond that, we'll see how the tournament models work and what fiscal opportunities come from there. What financial opportunities.
Like what you don't tell your people is if they put the lightning bolts and flames on the side, the drone will go faster. But we won't tell them.
It's like Warhammer.
Painted red.
You painted red, you painted yellow. It's like Warhammer.
And
believe it.
It's true.
Or you just put a Volkswagen engine into it.
No, but then it's going to explode and you're never going to be able to do anything with it. So
The American drones will explode easier. No.
yeah, that's all.
Stick to Ford as long as it's black.
Overly technically.
But thanks for coming out and chatting to us today.
No, it's great. Thank you very much, guys. And we'll see you online.
Definitely.
If I can leave off that, just the URL, battlearenadrones.com. That's where you can sign up. So,
I'm going to put it at the bottom of the video so that people can actually.
And we'll need the information for people to be able to sign up to the beta program.
that's on there. That's cool. That's on there.
Okay, so they go to battlearenadrones.com and then they can just sign up there.
Bad.com was taken. Renewed.
Honestly, people out there.
Who would have thunk it?
Buying all the comic books.
No, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
So that's me, Zakeroph at rAge 2016. I know the year. And that was Celestial Games. Thanks for joining us and cheers.